In a 2016 study, Eastern Washington University psychologist Amani El-Alaili found that among the study participants who experienced frisson while listening to music, there was one personality trait that they scored particularly high on: openness to experience. Okay, so let's start with the subject and verb, psychologist, subject, found, verb, and then we have a dependent clause that. And notice we have among the study participants who experienced frisson while listening to music. That's entirely the prepositional phrase. So that becomes non-essential. So psychologists found that there was one personality, so subject, but because it's a dependent clause, I will use a different color. Personality is a subject, and the verb is this. So it's an inverted sentence when you see the word like there is, there was. Trait will be the object, and we have another clause. Okay, so the subject and verb, particularly high. Okay, so we have an independent clause, and the rest becomes actually the dependent clause. Um, sure. Oh no, actually we have a yeah, it's actually part of dependent clause. There was one personality trait. It's still part of the that clause, so I forgot to close it. When you start with a that, yeah, I'll close that as like that. Okay, so which choice completes the text? Okay, choice A, we have a fragment. Because you cannot say on openness to experience, that doesn't even have subject, not verb. It's just a prepositional phrase by itself. That's not a sentence. So particularly this period is wrong. And choice B, we have high on, semicolon. Just like choice A, you cannot have a semicolon, and because it will create, it will imply we have either complex series, which is not the case here, or we have a independent clause after the semicolon. I'm not seeing that. Okay, openness to experience is simply the phrase. So this is wrong. So I'm gonna say fragment. Choice C or choice D. Now choice C is gonna alter the meaning. Okay, so I'm gonna say it's illogical or missing a punctuation. Why? If you say they score particularly high on openness experience, we're talking about that the one person trait is not openness to experience. Rather, they just score on this. But it's likely that the personal trait is more than just one when she had the test or when she conducted the experiment. Okay, among the people who experience a prison, it's likely that one trait happened to be the openness to experience. That the category here, openness to experience, should match with the personality trait. So they need to be linked. Therefore, you want to say colon. If you don't have a colon here, we're not talking about the one trait they scored high. It's rather they scored high on the openness experience. It's like from this trait they scored high, and we don't know what kind of high score they achieved in detail, so it's kind of confusing. So the colon here would make more sense rather than C.